Whew. There we go. YouTube Live. Hi, Gloria. How you doing? How are you? How are you? I don't know if it's... I feel like... No, that's fine. You know what? I have to put my brightness up. Yeah, okay, that's it. That's what it is. Good afternoon. Hi, Ryan. Triple D. What's going on, y'all? You know what I'm here for. Trying to get back in on my YouTube Live consistency. Hi, you're in school right now? Dang. Is it almost over at least? I love that you could just watch YouTube Live in school now. I love that. Hi, Pro Select. That reminds me of golf. All right, y'all. What's the tea? What's new? Let's chat for a little bit. Black Rose, hello, welcome. Welcome. Hi, Brandon. How's it going? Man, dude, I got a lot of videos on that, Ryan. You could easily just go on my channel, find it. I personally love salt and pepper for that. I've actually been using salt and pepper more than aqua oud as of lately, but I still love aqua oud. So, I mean, I've already run that fragrance into the ground, so I'm not gonna keep explaining it and all of that, but if you're looking for that recommendation, that's the one for sure. If it's women you're interested in. If it's somebody else, then probably not. Hi, Liz from Puerto Rico. I love that. Bond 9 Signature Scent. What do you think about it? I haven't tried that one. I have not tried that one. I have a lot of bonds I need to try in my little sample container. Hi, Liz. We try Pegasus. Nice. Try Pegasus exclusive if you get the chance, because I prefer it to the original. I find it, I just like the base of it more. What type of music do you listen to and do you dance? Well, I don't dance. Like, I'm not a good dancer, but of course if I'm at a club or a bar or something, I will. As for music taste, I listen to, honestly, a little bit of everything. Like, I grew up on like R&B music and 80s music and stuff, and then in my younger years I've had an appreciation for hip hop since I was a lot younger and stuff like that. And then as of lately, pop music and country music have kind of made a resurgence, or not even a resurgence, have made a bigger appearance in my life. But country, not so much, but I'll listen to anything. I don't have that banging in the house, but I've heard a lot about Andre 3000. I think I probably have listened to some songs, but I don't know off the top of my head. I'm not like an albums person, you know? I'll find like something on a Spotify playlist and then I'll just kind of let that go. Like, I don't know every single song on those playlists. Favorite release of the year? Are you talking music or are you talking fragrance? I'm gonna assume you're talking fragrances. Aqua Oud for me. That one's my favorite because it's the one that I mainly use. As for the other ones, I haven't tried Ingenuous Ginger yet, and I'm really excited to try that one if given the opportunity, because I love ginger fragrances. And I mean, y'all have heard me talk about L'Homme by YSL over and over and over again. So, hi Samantha, you're at work? It's all good. The fact that you said hi is sweet enough already. I hope that you're enjoying work, or if you're not enjoying it, I hope that it's going by fast. Yeah, no, this live is going to be fairly short in comparison to the other ones. I just want to make sure I'm present. What do you think your purpose in life is? Oh man, I really like what I'm doing right now. I don't want to say my purpose in life is to be a fragrance reviewer, right? But I think that speaking out with my opinions on things, I don't know, I just feel like, trust me, when I was younger, like especially like in high school and stuff, I was a very outgoing person, a very social and stuff, and I kind of lost that light going into college and then having those corporate jobs after college. And I finally feel like over the past year or so, since I've been doing this, that's come back to my life, and I feel a lot more fulfillment in what I do because it's fun. It's something that I enjoy. Like, I work weekends because I love it, you know? So I can't really say right now off the top of my head what my purpose is, but I like that question a lot. How many bottles do you have in your collection? I have at least four. At least four bottles. I recently ate glazed peanuts. Nice. I don't know one off the top of my head that has that smell, but if I do, you already know. I will definitely be telling you, all right? Hi, Melissa. Hi, Tom. Love your video today. Just got done watching it. I appreciate that. Yeah, that video was actually inspired by my previous YouTube live. And I think that's why I want to go on YouTube live more, because there's a lot of questions that y'all have that would be really good video ideas. And it's true stuff that people are curious about. You know what I mean? So whenever you guys are like, hey, can you make a video about this? And it's not specifically about a fragrance, I like those videos the best. Of course, my top fives, I enjoy those as well. And unboxing videos, but I really like the videos like I made recently about it. Your total? Yeah, at least four, man. I don't know the total bottle count, honestly. I haven't worn Egypt in a while, but as I remember it, it still bangs. You're the best, Liz. That's all you. Appreciate that. Much love, Melissa. Thank you. You're sweet. You don't talk about Amouage much. Are you not a fan? I literally have a video on this channel titled I Don't Like Amouage Fragrances. But again, I didn't try all of them, but I tried like probably 10 or 12 Amouage fragrances, and none of them resonated with me. I know that a lot of fragrance reviewers and people that, no, fragrance lovers in general, especially the niche ones, go nuts about Amouage. And it's held as like a very high status sort of brand. But all the fragrances I've tried thus far have been much too mature for my liking. And it's not really something that I would wear. They kind of smell like things that I would rather smell on my grandma, or just older people in general. And that's not a bad thing, but it's just not my cup of tea. You caught another live. Hello. I like that hand wave. It's like an emoji. It is an emoji. That's why. Please recommend 3 classy, sophisticated perfumes for lady. That's a good video topic. I will make a video on that for sure. Good evening. I would like to suggest, Saffron Lazuli from Carolina Herrera. Shout out. Okay, in London. I love that. Thank you. Yeah, I know a bunch of friends who wear perfume that just end up wearing them. They smell nice, but it has to suit the person, not just the person they want to portray to others. Yeah, I think that, of course, I know that the recent video I made, because I made a shorter video on that for TikTok and Instagram, and I'll post it here as well. And of course, in short videos, you can't explain everything you want to, and some people are gonna take things out of context. But I really feel like once you already know that you can't satisfy every single person with one fragrance, you just have to play to your strengths, then it just goes a lot smoother. It's the same way that when you watch somebody and they just have like these natural mannerisms, right? Like if you see them in conversations and they're like running their hands through their hair, or they just have like a certain lean to them, and you pick these things up as like nonchalant to them, right? It could be deemed as attractive, versus if you're observing someone and you could tell they're trying to put on like a sort of persona, it kind of makes you cringe a bit. It makes you like, you could tell that it just doesn't come naturally to them, right? So when you have a scent that highlights you and like that matches your vibe, not so much your physicality, because I mean, yeah, physicality, it does matter, but like also at the end of the day, your aura, your presence is gonna make, get people's attention, right? So when you have something that compliments you that way, you're unstoppable. And that's what it is at the end of the day, Going to the club tonight, gonna put on Sauvage, become a problem. I love that. Have fun, stay safe when you do that. Thanks for going live. Saw your opinion on vibrato versus afternoon swim. How does vibrato compare to Araka's Spirit of Kings? Vibrato, I feel like, is a longer lasting fragrance. They're both, Arrakis is a little bit more screechy, in my opinion. Vibrato can still be a little screechy. They're both pretty synthetic fragrances, so you have to keep that in mind. I would say all around, Vibrato might be a little bit better, but the price for that thing is like $350. So keep that in mind, all right? Hi, Melissa, just found your channel. I love you already. Thank you. I love you already. Sweet. Do you think fragrances on Scentbird are legit decants? I have tried fragrances on Scentbird. They have been legit. Hey, sis, showing love. Thanks, Julian. I agree, colognes have different personalities. Yeah, and it's okay to get something for your alter ego. You know, I definitely have fragrances here that aren't exactly me, but when I wear them in a certain time and place, they smell great, you know? So it's all about that. My video that I mainly did was kind of geared towards like your signature scent, right? And have like just being known for that smell, and it just embodying who, like it embodies who you are, all that. It just makes it easier. But if you want to branch out, then branch out, you know? Watching from the West Indies. Hi, Bobby. Cool. Thank you for your research and your advice. I love your channel. Y'all are sweet. Makes my day. It makes my day. You're welcome, Spencer. Adam says how I tried Gucci Oud. No. I haven't tried as many Gucci fragrances, to be honest. Gucci's kind of been like an brand to me whenever I've tried their scents. There hasn't really been anything that I'm like, oh, this is amazing. I think that, of course, Gucci Guilty, the regular one, is just an all-around good masculine fragrance. And that's the one that I'd probably recommend the most. Oh my gosh, Delina Exclusive is so good. It seems to work with today's weather, but you're dressing it down with a casual crew sweatshirt. Oh, Delina Exclusive is a banger, and it's so long-lasting. By the way, I'm sure everybody knows that when they think about Exclusive, but it pushes, and you only need a small amount. Like, you could do one spray, and it can get the attention across the room. That's just how much of a banger it is. Vibrato, what are your thoughts? I have a whole video dedicated to Vibrato. You honestly do have the best fragrance channel. Ah, you're sweet. Now, there's a lot of fantastic channels out there that all cover different things, and they specialize in different things. But I appreciate your opinion on that. I really do. I just want to make it easy and simple, you know? Oh, dude, thanks for the tip, Julian. I'm just getting into different fragrances. All right, tell me what you got in the collection. All right. What are some scents that you love what are some scents that you love if it were not for one note that really put you off or diluted or ruined the scent for you? Oh, you know what? Tuxedo. I feel like I've loved Tuxedo in the beginning, and I still have an appreciation for the fragrance, but I don't know what it is with my bottle or the scent now. It happened after I got COVID. It's the only fragrance that it's happened to. Everything else smells the same, right? But the patchouli in it is much more prominent now whenever I notice it. And I just don't like that. I loved when it was just this bourbon vanilla scent. Oh my God, it smelled so good. But that patchouli just kind of kills it for me. That's why I don't even really wear it as much, to be honest. Thank you. I don't want to keep calling you like E. Wadsworth, but I mean, I could, but I appreciate your comment. Watching from Mexico, great video. Thank you. You know what? I have tried a couple Issey Miyake fragrances, but I don't know the names of them because they were fragrances that my dad used to throw on before. They're good ones, more fun. Ah, you're sweet. No, I remember when I was first starting to get into fragrances, I kind of got confused watching different videos because, you know, people were throwing around words like fougere and I don't know, jammy, you know, as descriptions. And I get it, when you're in the community, you understand these things, but it just made it not approachable to somebody like myself that was watching videos, because it's like, what are these people talking about? It was almost too, it wasn't diluted enough. It wasn't like simple enough. So for me, I'm like, I want to be able to make videos that the average person can watch and understand, and they won't feel lost. you know, just to kind of keep a wider gauge on it. Elsa. Oh, it's your, okay. I was gonna say, I was thinking Frozen. All right, you got Eros, Sauvage EDP, very solid masculine fragrances. Those are the two you're gonna wear to the club, or no, wait, that was somebody else that's going to the club. But yeah, I would say if you could, those are very, Sauvage is a versatile one. If you can even throw in a freshie in there, like light blue intense for women, and I know you, with those I could tell you like masculine scents, but trust me, light blue intense by Dolce & Gabbana for women is a very unisex fragrance. It smells so good. It's a summertime banger. So that's what I would say. Keep it off here because it's, thanks to the Disney Queen. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with being a Disney Queen. You know, rock that name. I'm sure it got like much more popular after that movie came out though, huh? Dude, I'm running this espresso right now. I didn't put any creamer. I just did oat milk in the espresso. And I'm not gonna lie, a little bit of water. Some people, they hate like water in coffee, or in their espresso, but couldn't be me, man. I enjoy it. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Elizabeth. I never usually catch your lives, but I did say, oh, sweet. I've been watching your videos for over a year now, and you're easily my favorite fragrance channel. Thank you for putting me onto the game. Elizabeth, that's so sweet. Thank you. Honestly, like seeing these type of comments warm my heart, because I know when I post videos, I have like people that are kind of very like my daily commenters, you know what I mean, the people that are always commenting. But it's always nice to kind of see, you know, people that I haven't really seen before, and they're just like, oh yeah, I've been watching your stuff, it's really good. Warms my heart. That's how I felt like when I went to Scent Explorer last year, when I met some people that told me they watched my channel like in person. I was blown away. I remember this girl was like, I'm like so starstruck right now, but I felt the same way about her. Cause I'm like, you watch my videos? Like that's wild. And she was like asking for pictures and stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, like I almost feel like, you know, I felt like she was the celebrity. You know what I mean? It was interesting. They didn't believe it. Why would they not believe it? Do you think powdery iris fragrances are mass appealing for non-frag heads? Yes and no. Yeah, I would, you know, I'm going to lean more to yes because, well, I'm thinking of two very popular fragrances. I'm thinking of Prada L'Homme, EDT, and Dior Homme Intense. Now, I think Prada L'Homme has more of that mass appeal. I think Dior Homme Intense is still very good. Has more of a lipsticky sort of makeup vibe to it. And that could be, you know, the powderiness and the iris in there, of course. But for the most part, people tend to enjoy those fragrances. So I could say yes. I could say yes to that. I found you on TikTok, Kate. And I feel like I trust you with my life when it comes to frags. I love that. Honestly, Kate, I love TikTok. It's interesting because people will message me and they're like, I never see your TikToks anymore. You're not on my For You page, but I'm still posting consistently. It's just that I don't know why my videos are not being pushed out. It's weird. I swear TikTok is the only platform that you could have like 300,000 followers, but they won't see your stuff. It's so, they really got to work on that because there's a reason people want to follow. You know what I mean? If you had to use only one social media platform, which would you choose? Oh, damn. If I could, oh, you know what? Here's the answer. If I could only pick one, but I had all my followers from all the other platforms, probably YouTube. Just because YouTube, there's no restriction on the longevity of the videos. And if my TikTok followers were on my YouTube, I'd be a happy camper. Totally a happy camper. TikTok is good too, but like I said, even if people follow you, like it doesn't always correlate. So that kind of pisses me off. Any recommendations for a college girly? I would say La Belle by JPG is a good one. Haven't met a single person that hasn't liked Prada L'Homme because it's so likable. And the thing is, this is kind of like a pet peeve that gets me with, like, you know, in the fragrance community. It's not really a pet peeve. It's understandable, right? That whenever there's a fragrance that's just super likable, if you notice in my videos, I always say the downside is that it's not complicated enough. And you're always going to have that group of people, right? That when there's something super likable, they have to say that they don't like it because they have to be different. They can't be like everybody else. And it just kind of puts things out of perspective in the real world, because that small group of people that are hating on a scent, that does not translate to how people are actually going to receive it when you wear it around them, right? So that's why with a fragrance like, what's that new release, Myself by YSL, right? It's just a dumb reach fragrance. Yes, it's nothing that's crazy and it's nothing that's super different, but you know, if you buy it or you gift it to somebody, they will love it and everybody else around them will love it as well. So I just think it's important to stay realistic when talking about these things, and that's what I try to do on my channel, is let y'all know that, yeah, people online might be calling this basic, but I promise you, if you actually use it in real life, you're not going to be seeing that hate anywhere. You know what I'm saying? All right. Femme frags for this winter. Oh, y'all know I love Angel Share so much. Delina is such a banger. Both that and the exclusive. And Lamar by Kajal Perfumes. Do you think a guy could pull off Versala? Absolutely. It's a unisex fragrance. YouTube. Okay. Hi from Australia. Hi, Susie. Have I tried Sugar Leather? No, I have not. And you know, I get that question a lot between Ojan and Angel Share. I think Angel Share is way better. Way, way better. Okay, which one of these would you recommend to buy? Dior Homme Intense or Givenchy Reserve Privé? Honestly, probably the Reserve Privé. I think that I like the boozy vibe that's added in that fragrance, because those two smell very similar. I think the only difference is that Givenchy Reserve Privé has just a little bit more of a boozy touch. So if you want a little sprinkle of something like Jazz Club in your fragrance, then go for that one. But if you don't want that, then go for DHI. Okay, what's up? Hi, Emilio. I haven't heard of the House of Algabra until I found your channel. Oh, sweet. I blind bought Rejoice. Just seeing the reaction. You love it. Oh, I know you smell good. Rejoice it's such like a luxurious fragrance. Like, I don't find it to be like an outright sexy scent, right? But it's one of those things that when you smell it, it just smells rich. You know what I mean? It's like a fruity fragrance, and it's an extrait de parfum, so performance is insane. Reserve Privé is a banger. Yeah, a lot of guys like it. To me, like I've said to y'all, like Dior Homme 2020 beats both of those out, no problem. Like, no problem. I know you'd be the ultimate wingman. Sorry, I asserted that, but hell yeah. If y'all need a wing woman, let me know. I got you. All right. Would you recommend Angel Share or Herod? Angel Share. Easily. Herod doesn't stand a chance, bro. In for an office scent, Reflection Man, or Prada L'Homme. I think Amouage, again, y'all, like, I think your Reflection Man was good, but when you're talking, like, it's good for, like, if you were in a fragrance forum, like on Reddit or Facebook, you're gonna see all the love from Amouage. But if you actually go step out and wear those two fragrances, you're gonna get love on Prada L'Homme. It'll beat that fragrance out, like, it'll beat the brakes off of Reflection Man. I use my Delina sample sometimes, even though it's very feminine. Absolutely, use it. I think that what I love about people, the more they get into the fragrance game, is that they become more bold with trying things that they normally wouldn't, that the average person wouldn't. Like, I see women trying these masculine scents, men trying these more feminine scents, and realizing that, holy shit, this smells different on me than it does on a test strip. Or like, you mix it with different things and you realize that at the end of the day, it's literally just juice. And the labeling of it just makes it easier for the average person to find out what they should wear. But when you're already past that, like when you think outside of that sandbox, dude, it's an unlimited amount of bangers. You know what I mean? And it's so funny. I remember I made a video on, what was it? Like secret weapon scents. And I remember I was talking to this guy that he had a sample of Delina Black Opium, and I think Good Girl, or maybe it was not Good Girl, something else. But he was like, I'm a frugal guy. I don't want anything to go to waste. So he was wearing those scents, and women were just going nuts. And I remember in the comment section, people are like, well, they probably thought he was gay, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, it wasn't. Like, y'all remember, like, it's just, when you're smelling people, it all goes back to perception, right? And that's just how people operate. When they see you and you, like, you come across them, you're like, okay, that's a man or that's a woman. Most people are not expecting people to wear, like a guy to wear a feminine scent or a girl to wear a masculine scent, right? So whatever they're wearing, they just think that's what that type of person should be wearing. So when you have something like black opium and a guy wears it and it just turns out to be like, it goes in a more masculine vanilla direction, it can become very irresistible. You know what I mean? The same way that when I would wear something like Versace Eros, right? Yes, it's a more masculine fragrance, but it doesn't smell as masculine on me as it does on a guy. So it's just crazy, like how these things kind of work out. So just try anything, y'all. Like absolutely try anything. You're welcome. Okay, what's this question up here? Hi, Natsu. Professional setting, how many sprays is reasonable amount? Effective, but not as much for PDMs like Harrod. Oh my god, I would not even do more than one spray of like Carlisle or Haltane. Especially in an office environment, it doesn't really... Like, if it's cold, then yeah, like one spray would do of those. I think that when you're working in an office, I'm not looking for crazy scent trails. Like, if you just happen to be next to me and you smell me, like, that's fine. But it's mainly going to be for me, like, what's in my scent bubble. Typically in work environments, people respect that space that you have. So it's about liking what you enjoy at that time and just having it be more intimate. I love these live videos. Thanks, John. Have I tried Aqua de Parma? I have. I like Fico di Amalfi. Hair looks good. Thank you. Thank you. If you started a second channel based on your interest, what would it be? The thing is, I post everything I like on here, right? But I do have jewelry videos. And people have asked me, they're like, just make a second channel. I only want... This should just be a fragrance channel. And I'm like, does my... What's it called? Is the name of this channel Melissa Fragrances? Does it say fragrances in the name? No, it says Melissa Nacional. So I'm going to talk about whatever I want to talk about, right? And trust me, there have been people that are like, you got to separate it. It's like, if you want to make your own channel and separate things, go ahead. But I'm not going to do that. So maybe if I did, jewelry stuff, personal life things. And actually, if you guys have any video recommendations or like things that you guys kind of want to know about me, let me know right now. Like, I made a video a long time ago about, well, my coming out story. That one was really, I liked that one a lot. I like the personal sort of stuff as well. Yeah, Aero smells femme on me as a femish presenting. I love that. Yeah, because it's an apple, vanilla, sort of minty fragrance. You know, and when you dissect it in that way, of like apple, vanilla, mint, you're not going to be like, oh yeah, that's what a guy's supposed to smell like. Because they're just notes, right? They can be, it's all about how they're marketed as well. But yeah, no, it typically has that more masculine smell. But that shouldn't put anybody off from wanting to try it if they're interested. Okay, Lazy Sunday Morning Prada L'Homme. I would choose Lazy Sunday Morning just because Lazy Sunday Morning hasn't given me a headache before and Prada L'Homme has. Okay. Carlisle is so strong, choked myself out spraying too much. You do not need to spray too much of that thing. I promise you. Adam says, is there any fragrances you want to try that you haven't yet? First one that comes to mind is Tigar by Bulgari. Because y'all have asked me about that. But that's not something that I'm like, oh, I have to, like, that I'm yearning to try, you know? Because I have a feeling that all of the fragrances in that DNA are going to be absolutely wiped by Afternoon Swim. Because I love Afternoon Swim. Saw somebody layering Naxos Grand Soir. Ever tried it? No, I haven't. Carla at the office is brave. Might knock someone out, but go for it. Yeah, I don't see it at all as an office fragrance. Like, that's more of like a date night scent if you're trying to get intimate. So I would not touch Carlisle for that sort of environment. But to each their own, right? Do a Frag Battles one. Oh, Frag Battles. The one versus Dior Homme. Oh my gosh. Easily, if it's Dior Homme 2020, then it's going to be Dior Homme 2020 over the one. Performance is better, and I just find it to be sexier. Percival or Sedley for freshies. Oof. Sedley for the summertime. Percival for, like, an all-around signature scent. Damn, you use 4 sprays of Dior Elixir? That's crazy. But you didn't know that it was going to be strong. It's all good. You know what? We all have to go through that. You know what I mean? No one's going to get it perfect the first time around. I love the sprayer of Elixir. It's been... honestly the scent that I've been using the most this month. Like crazy. And y'all know how much I would rave about Aqua Oud and Elysium nonstop, right? But this month, it's been Dior Elixir, just day in, day out. So it's crazy how different a fragrance can be compared on skin and on a test strip. No, absolutely. I completely agree. What your favorite fragrance note? Dang, yours is cardamom? See, I was gonna say cardamom as well, but cardamom, it depends how it's blended. I don't have a favorite note in particular. I do like lychee, but sometimes, like when we take a fragrance like a Midsummer Dream by Raja, that's a cardamom scent that I just despise. Like that's the fragrance that made me realize, I can't just like one note because the composition of it will piss me off if I don't like it. So, hi Jordy, how are you? One spray on skin and two on the shirt is enough. I mean, if it's enough for you, it's enough for you. Hi, Melissa. Hi. Awesome to see you live again. Have I tried Ralph's Club Homme? I think I have. It was a small sample of it, though. I'm going to get it. I'm getting my next GF to wear it for sure. Oh, I love that. I swear I have in a little sample. Or maybe that was the women's. I can't. Dang. I'm blanking, man. What fragrance would you recommend that smells like a rock star? Dang, that's a good one, John. First of all, High Wave, or Highway. I'd say that smells like a rock star. What does a rock star smell like? Honestly, when I think of rock stars, I think of like, sort of like a metal smell. And to me, I don't think of them as smelling good. That's kind of the weird part. It's like they wear like a lot of like metally things, and I just never saw one of them and thought to myself, wow, they must smell great. I think they smell bad, but let me think on that. All right, let me think on that. Hi. You're good. Yeah, people in planes yeah, definitely. Okay, let's see. Do you think a scent of rose sometimes makes fragrance smell cheap because it's such a strong smell and easily replicable? I wouldn't say it makes it smell cheap. Because again, it depends on how it's blended. Like for example, Rose Blanche is one of my favorite feminine fragrances of all time. Like it's so underrated. It's very sexy. It's fresh. It's clean. And the rose is just like, I eat that up. You know what I mean? But of course, if you compare it to a rose scent like Intense Cafe that's more synthetic, I could see why people could hate on that. But again, Intense Cafe is still a very, very much loved fragrance. Oh my gosh, that's Soph. Hi, Soph. I didn't expect to see you here, you know? I think musty for Rockstar for some reason. Yeah, Kate, you get me, right? It's just like, I don't like, to me, if I were looking at like for example, I think athletes off the field would smell good. Even on the field, I would associate, okay, with athletes, they would typically smell good. With rock stars, I'm like, they probably smell like sweaty and like handrails, you know? So what does La Nuit de L'Homme do better than the OG L'Homme? It's more of a sexy fragrance, for sure. I think L'Homme is like your everyday versatile scent. It's sensual, but La Nuit is sexy. Yeah? First time watching my YouTube live. It's very different than TikTok live, right? Right? I'm a little bit more profesh here. No, I'm playing. It's always funny because my TikTok followers completely understand my sarcasm. And even on Instagram, right? Like we'll be joking all the time. But then the people that follow me on YouTube, when they see that stuff, they're like, Melissa, why do you keep engaging with this negativity? I'm like, it's not negativity. They're roasting me. You know, it's like, it's all in good fun. So very interesting dynamic for sure. Okay, no, I have not tried Rockstar Stud. I'm curious about what you think of Acqua di Gio, specifically the new Parfum. Ooh, I've only tried that, I think, on a test strip. But the thing is, y'all, I don't really care as much for Acqua di Gio. Like, it's a very popular fragrance for a very good reason, right? But I don't think it holds a candle to like Light Blue Intense, and I'm thinking the women's. Light Blue Intense for women, doesn't matter what gender you are, that thing smells sexy. All right. Hindu Kush. I think I have. If not, I have a sample of it. You're in love with La Mansate. What do I think about it? I've actually made a few videos about Le Mans, and it's a great versatile scent. It's not my favorite. It's a good masculine versatile scent. That's what I'll say. Thumbs up, bro. Acqua di Gio is only for guys that are 40 plus. It smells like a dad's fragrance. Honestly, I'm going to disagree with that. I mean, I know that a lot of dads wear that scent, but it's also the type of fragrance that is given to someone that's like just become a teenager. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you're 13 now, you're a teen. I'm going to give you your very first fragrance. And it's going to be like the white bottle of Acqua di Gio. That's just how it goes. You know, it's easy to gift that to anybody and everybody. And it's good. It's good. Are there any notes that are just instant no's? Sorry if you made a video on this sort of thing before. It's all right, Tom. The first one that came to my mind is incense, because it's very reminiscent to church pews. And I don't want to smell like church. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be going to church, but I don't want to smell like it everywhere I go, you know? I don't know who Roman Reigns is. CK1 too. Yeah, CK1. Very easy to give that to somebody, and they will love it. Like CK1, Nautica Voyage, Acqua di Gio. And I think what people love about Acqua di Gio is that, oh, it's an Armani scent. It's designer, you know what I mean? And it's just like one of the very first entry-level designers that people get their hands on. And then they'll find out about, you know, some Versace, some Dior, Chanel. Like, I feel like Chanel is a very popular, Chanel and YSL are very popular brands for, like, when women get designer fragrances, right? With guys, I see Dior because of Sauvage and Dolce & Gabbana. Those are the ones that I see the most of. Vatican Feels, Santal 30. Really? You know what? I don't think I've even tried Santal 33 accurately yet. Another 13 is good if you like fragrances like Lazy Sunday Morning by Replica. What's going on, Montrese? I want to try PDM fragrances, but the price tag is the downside. It's the only downside. Oh, I get it. Get a travel sample. That's what I'd say. Get the travel size of it, and then you could try multiple, right? And see what you like, or even like the sample boxes. Just do that, and then get a feel for it. And then if you really want one, then you could save up for that one. That way you don't have to blind buy. Or the free version is if you go to Nordstrom or Neiman Marcus and you test it there. And then, you know, be nice to the sales rep. Be like, you know, would it be possible if I can get samples of these? And sometimes they give you free samples. Boom, there it is, all right? If you can get it for free, why not? I have smelled the new Creed. Yes, it's the Aventus Absolute. Is it worth the price tag? I don't know what the price is, but I will tell you right now that I don't really care for it as much. It's good. Don't get me wrong. I think if you are an Aventus fan, period, you'll probably like it. If you're someone that's into natural ingredients, you're over longevity, then you'll like it. But for me, the smell of it is decent, but I would still rather wear Elysium. So that's where I stand. Hey, how's it going? Sending love to India. I love churchy funeral-like fragrances, but I don't even go to church. Hey, everyone's got their preference, man. For me, those are the fragrances I stay far away from. If they smell funeral-like, if they smell churchy, I want those lively, fresh scents, or just like the, not always fresh, but like Elixir. Damn, I'm gonna throw on Elixir right after this, bro. How much is your fragrance collection worth? I have no idea. You know, I've had people say, can you make a video on like your fragrance collection? Just do like a fragrance tour. I don't know if I want to do that. You know, I don't do my videos in front of the collection anymore. Also because the ring light phone holder broke. So y'all, I'm literally at a desk right now. But I don't know if I would do a fragrance tour. We'll see. Opinions can always change. Thank you. You like my hair? Thank you. Very sweet. Hi, Melissa. What's the best everyday fragrance for all year round? Depends. You're looking for something feminine, something masculine, something unisex. Like I said, people love another 13. They love that sort of stuff. A masculine one people love is, well, and also let me know if you're thinking niche or designer. It's interesting because whenever people ask me fragrance questions online, I typically recommend niche scents because y'all are in the fragrance game. But in person, designer all the way. I will never recommend a niche scent to somebody that meets me in person, because that's just a lot of confusion and jumping through hoops, and I don't want to make them do that. It's like, I want you to go to Sephora, smell it, and buy it if you like it, you know? A low zero double zero one woman. No, I haven't, PJ. I have not tried that yet. Aventus is a brief magnet. That is funny. I did make a video a while ago. It did catch heat from people where I said that Creed Aventus is a boxer dropper. And of course there are people that got upset, as per usual, right? But again, I was speaking from experience, and then also from the experiences of people that have reached out to me, right? But that's not to say that women don't love it. Of course there are women that love it. There's a reason why it's super popular, right? But there's just been so many occurrences with people that have bought that scent expecting that it's gonna be like a panty dropper fragrance, but only guys are complimenting them. And I always ask them, like, okay, where did you hear about the fragrance? They're like, oh, I was watching fragrance reviewers. I'm like, were these reviewers women or were they guys that liked it? They're like, well, they were guys. So it's like, of course, and I'm not saying you can't watch guys, because of course, watch whoever you want to watch, right? But like, it was interesting because like, sometimes you'll hear women reviewers talk about Aventus, but it's not to the extent that the men do, right? It's like the same way that whenever I talk to women and I'm recommending Versace Bright Crystal, they're like, Melissa, that's so basic, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, listen, to you it might be basic, but to me that thing is super sexy. If I smelled that on a girl, I would go absolutely nuts, right? So they would buy it, they'd be like, it's okay. But then they would DM me after they had a date or something, and they're like, oh my God, my date loved this on me. Thank you for the rec. So it's just, it's so funny that opinions are different, even with the attraction of things, right? Where it's like, you might be somebody that loves wearing Aventus and you notice that more guys compliment you on it. Not that that's an issue. Versus if you're somebody that's wearing Salt and Pepper by Precious Liquid, and when you hear guys talk about it online, they probably don't care about it, but when you wear it in person around women, they go nuts, right? It's so interesting. I love it. Okay, I will actually, I'll unbox them all. That's the next fragrance that I'll unbox. Latent exclusive for Oud Wood. They're so different. They're really, really different. Most women don't care for Aventus. That's been my experience with Aventus. But again, it's different. Like, I think a lot of the popularity from Aventus has come from, these like rappers and athletes being like, oh yeah, Creed is that brand and Aventus is like their top selling fragrance. So, it makes it attractive to people that watch these celebrities, because they're like, oh, I want to have status like this person, and one way I could do that is to spend $300 on the same fragrance they wear. And then they realize that, okay, hold on a second, how come it's not pulling kind of like how these athletes say it's pulling? And the reason it's not isn't because of the fragrance, but it's because also you have to remember they're athletes. So no matter what they do or what they wear, they will be sexy to people because they're athletes first and foremost. It is not the fragrance that's making them that way. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get me. You get me. I don't think it sucks though, guys. I don't think Aventus sucks. I think like it's a popular scent for a reason. I'm not gonna hate on it. But to each their own, right? You and Curly inspired me to make a YouTube. Oh, I love that. 4 videos in a row. Keep it pushing, man. Thank you. If I could collab with one brand, who would it be? Dang. So I've worked with like YSL before, and that was super awesome. I think Dior would be dope because I love the elixir now. I think Dior would be sick. Because I've told you, like, the two niche brands that I love the most, I've been fortunate enough to like work with them, and that's been super, super fun and satisfying to keep it real. Also, like, to try a lot of their scents and tell y'all, ooh, I don't like this, but I love this, but I think Dior would be dope. That'd be super sick. Okay, planning to buy a Born in Roma toilette version. Dang, I don't really remember Born in Roma as much. I know a lot of people love it, but I gotta tell you, I don't remember what it smells like. Do you like to game in your free time? I'm not really a gamer, But I have this app on my phone. It's the chess.com. Dude, I'm running bullet chess every day. Like, I am addicted to that thing. I'll be in the bathroom, and I'm like, the game is only for 1 minute, but it actually takes like 3 minutes, and then I get hella competitive with it. So that, if you consider that gaming, then yeah, I like to game. Good to see you. Hi, Elliot. Choose between Interlude, Black Iris by Amouage. Oh, that's a pass. No. Lamal Elixir, haven't tried that. Ojan. Oh, dang. I don't like... The 2 fragrances I have tried there, just... I just haven't tried Elixir. Battle of the Mids. No, I'm playing. I'm just joking with you. I can't pick. Maybe Ojan. But it's always so funny, like, whenever people talk about Ojan, they're like, oh, it's so slept on. Like, people don't know how great of a fragrance this is. It's a hidden gem. But it's like, I understand why Ojan is in the shadows and Leighton isn't, right? Like, you could obviously tell which fragrances have the it factor. And of course, there's always people getting they want to be different. Like, oh no, this one's super good. Ojan has actually caught a lot of love on TikTok. It's been popping off. It's becoming a very popular PDM fragrance. But overall, it's not touching Leighton. It's not touching Leighton. Okay, Sauvage Elixir is my favorite out of the line. I agree. Do you think people in other countries are attracted to different fragrances? Absolutely. It's interesting because I have a lot of followers also from the Middle East that they'll DM me and they'll laugh when they say that. Like, Melissa, you recommending freshies is so funny for summertime because we're used to smelling oud and powerhouse scents here. And it's humid and it's hot, and that's just the way that their noses have adapted to scents like that. And it's interesting, right? Because it's true. If you were to wear like an Arabic fragrance here, it's going to be a massive attention-grabbing scent. People are going to be turning their heads because they're like, whoa, I haven't, like, it smells, it's not a safe scent, you know, because it's not like your typical blue fragrance or your typical, like, fruity floral scent. It's like, dang, that smells like a bad bitch. You know what I mean? So I do think that there's different preferences depending on where you live. Mind the East Coast, West Coast, islands, what climate are you based in? I live in Antarctica. Buying Ocean's review. Love that. Opinion on Greenwich Village. I have not tried it yet, but I have a sample of it. I think, yeah, I'm excited. I am really excited for that. Man, y'all are having good questions. I said that, I'm like, this will just be maybe like a 20-minute live, and here I am, 47 minutes in. But I love going on lives and talking to y'all. It's so fun. By the way, I lengthened this. This used to be 16 inches. I put a couple links back to make it 17 inches because I miss wearing this pendant, and I love wearing the heavy link. But also, if there's any people that love chains on here, let yourselves be known because I have a question for y'all. All right, so if you're here, tell me. You thought, which one? Nights by Bond, no. Ooh, it smells like a zestier Baccarat Rouge. That's dope. Do you think Elixir can be branded as a niche fragrance while being designer? Not really. I don't think so. I think it's very obviously a designer scent. Yes, there is some, like, the fact that it's that long lasting is very different in terms of a designer fragrance just in general, right? But I mean, I guess it could, because when I think about, well, dang, I'm gonna say no, just because Sauvage is such a popular line that you're not gonna mistake that for, you know, it's who knows, man. Gin and tonic. I think I have, I don't know if I tried. I've heard of it. Yes, we talked about the chain last time you were on live. Okay, also, what are you thinking? Do you like that it's lengthened? I know this pendant is kind of small, but what do you prefer, this or the cross setup that I wear? Oh, I gotta sneeze, bro. Ombre Nomad, I have to try that. Jubilation. I remember thinking that was decent, but I still didn't like it. I still wasn't rocking with it. I was like, it's 17. You like it? Do you like this one better? I know that the chain is kind of thicker, but it's like, man, 22K, you can't go wrong, man. What are some colognes you'd recommend for holiday parties and outings? Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford is going to be fantastic for holidays. People are going to hate me for saying this. Baccarat Rouge, really going to be a lover for holidays because it's a nice sweet fragrance. Angel Share would be great. The bigger the better. Okay. Yeah, there's something like, you don't see people regularly wearing things like heavy links or Hermes links. You see a lot of rope chains, especially rope chains. You see Figaros, you see Cubans, and there's nothing wrong with that because I still love the popular chains as well. But I like having something a little bit unique. I kind of wish that the millimeter was a little smaller though. Some part of me like wishes that, but then I'm like, what? I gotta enjoy my 4mm, you know? Okay. Am I being stuck up when someone asks what I'm wearing and I don't want to share because I don't want you smelling like me? No, it's not stuck up, bro. It's really not. And you know, somebody asked me, they were like, when someone compliments you on your fragrance, do you tell them what you're wearing? I won't tell them unless they ask. If they come up to me and they're like, oh my gosh, you smell so good, I just say thank you and we keep it moving, right? But if they're like, what are you wearing? I tend to not gatekeep because the fragrances that y'all see me wear are typically niche scents that people just don't know how to get. So I'll say, oh my God, thank you. It's like, what's it called? It's called Aqua Oud by Precious Liquid. And they're just like, what are you talking about? They're like, is that Coach? Like, I remember I was wearing the Dior Elixir actually. Like, this girl, my lady that threaded my brows, she was like, oh, you smell so good. Like, what's that perfume? I said, oh, it's Sauvage Elixir. And she's like, is it Coach? I said, no, it's actually Dior. So she's like, oh man, that's so good, right? But people, their minds, even when you say the brand name and it's a niche brand, they still associate that with something designer. So I don't gatekeep for that reason. Great question about telling your frags. Yeah. If you really want to know, like, I will definitely tell you. I probably would, like, when it comes to something like the Elixir, I'll probably say something different though, because of the popularity of it. You know what I'm saying? So I love 17 for myself. It looks great. Okay, great. Thank you. You prefer this, Elsa, to my cross one that you saw me? Like, my cross was on a 3mm Figaro. This is a 4mm. I just want to make sure it looks good. You know what I'm saying? Okay. It's funny when some people who don't understand niche look at it as less than designer. Yeah, and you know what? It's all good. The thing is, people that have Googled these niche fragrances in front of me when I tell them what I'm wearing, they get blown back. Because they're like $300. I remember I was wearing Elysium. I told the girl what I was wearing. She looks it up. She's like, oh my God, that's so expensive. So like right then and there, they're like, okay, that's some fancy stuff. I remember there was another girl that I had to explain to her what a niche fragrance was. And she was still confused about it. But when they see the price point, they become not confused. They're like, okay, so this is like high-end stuff, you know? So in the perfume world. Dior needs to do Elixir in less potent version. I disagree. I like it the way it is because you could literally, like, that's the point of it being an elixir, right? Is for it to be like captivating, a beast. If you want something toned down from that, then just wear any of the other Sauvages. You like the cross, so flex the cross. Hell yeah, so flex the cross. Let me just go throw that on real quick, you know? Oh man, just wear super expensive frags. That will work. Honestly, just even niche fragrances in general. You wear something niche, you say what it is. You don't even have to say the brand name, but you say what it is, and they just won't know where to get it, you know? I love this one and the length. I'm sure the cross will look good at this length. Was the cross 17? So that one was 18 inches, so it's a little bit longer, but it's a smaller chain. But this one, it's like heavier, you know what I mean? Like it thumps. Kind of rock with that a little bit, you know? That defeats the purpose of Elixir. Yeah, I would say to the person that wants a toned down version of Elixir, just do one spray. Do one spray like on the back of your shoulder blade, and it'll be the way that you want it to be. That's how I do it. I do one spray on the back of my neck, and it's the perfect scent bubble. It's super long lasting. Even like after 10 hours, if I go hang out with somebody and I give them a hug, they're like, oh, you smell so good. It's been absolutely crushing it in terms of compliment factor. And a lot of love from myself, if I do say so myself. I asked this question about a year and a half ago. Haven't you tried Mont Blanc Legend Night because you liked Legend Spirit? No, I haven't. I did like Legend Spirit. I still like Legend Spirit. Great cheapie. Hello from NorCal, Young Pinay. Hello, man, NorCal. We talking the Bay? Say Ojan fast and they won't PDM Ojan. Yeah, that's true. Or just say Ojan. Because they'll be like, how the hell do you spell that? You know what I mean? The Parfums de Marley's, they are becoming popular. They are popular in the fragrance game, but I don't think they're not mainstream yet. So that's why when people say, oh, Melissa, Delina's overrated, Layton's overrated, they're too popular. No, they're not. Of course, if you're watching fragrance videos and you're in a small niche, and everyone in that small niche, like, they'll know it, yeah, but like in the broader perspective of things, it's not popular. It's really not. Do you have any Brazilian roots in your family? I don't believe so. I know how you feel about Aventus, but I found it at a really good price. Nice. What do you think about it for a man? If you love it, wear the hell out of it. Absolutely. If you found it for a good price and you would like, it's about like your confidence will shine through if you're enjoying that scent on yourself, you know? So go for it. From the Bay, I knew it, man. You said Pinay, and I'm like, if you're from NorCal, you gotta be from the Bay. You have to be from the Bay. What do you think of Dior Sauvage? Do you think it's overrated? Will it make a comeback in the future? I actually made a video on that fairly recently. And I wouldn't say, I don't think it's overrated, but I do think that it's very, very popular. And I'm specifically talking about, yeah, the Sauvage line in general, but the EDT and the EDP concentration. Those two are the most common fragrances that I smell just like whenever I'm stepping out. If I'm passing by a group of guys and it's nighttime especially, you bet your ass one of them is wearing Dior Sauvage. That's just how popular it is. But I am not going to be here saying that a popular means something is overrated, because that's simply not true, right? When you think of Dior Sauvage EDP, like, how would it be overrated? It smells good, it's long lasting, and it's versatile. You know what I mean? Though, like, to me, those three things don't scream overrated. I think that if it was, you know, a very high price point and the performance was trash, then I could see how people would have that overrated argument. But I think that people just associate popular with overrated so much. They do the same thing with Baccarat Rouge, and I completely disagree with that. So it's going to be one of those things that, yes, it's very popular right now. And then if the popularity dies down and something else takes its place, during that time, like, there will be people that are like, oh, no, like, Sauvage is still the best. Like, it will make that resurgence. It just happens in cycles and cycles. All right, so surprisingly, every female woman I know or don't know loves afternoon swim so bad. That's not a surprise. I mean, if it's a surprise to you, dope. But, like, I already knew, like, off rip when I smelled that, I'm like, this is a crowd pleaser. Like, this, women are going to love this fragrance. Because I smelled it, I loved that scent. So what I find that I'm very fortunate about is that the fragrances that I love, women always love. There has never been a scent that I've been nuts about that I've worn around women and they're like, ugh. We have been on the same page, you know what I mean? So it's nice to know that the fragrances I love, the ladies love, you know? All right, wearing Angel Share. No, Angel don't, wait, Love Don't Be Shy with Blanche. Nice. Ooh, Love Don't, I'm glad that you got it, because that's a really good one. So many dudes in my building wear Sauvage. I always smell it in the elevator. Yeah, so it's true. It's a popular scent for a very good reason. But again, I would say, if you just don't want the potential chance to be associated with an ex or a family member of somebody that you're interested in, then maybe go for something else, right? But at the end of the day, it's completely up to you. There's a lot of women love Sauvage. You were right, Melissa. What was I right about? You're at Nordstrom right now. Give me 3 to try. Man, dude, try everything there. If you're into Creed, go try the Creeds there. Go try Parfums de Marley there. Go try the Tom Fords, MFKs. Do all of it. You know what I mean? Like, you would have to give me a certain vibe you're going for to help you out, but I'm just going on a general spread right now. I'm getting Vince Camuto Terra. Nice. And I've said this before, but I'll tell y'all again, if any of you are going to Scent Explore, in a couple weeks in New York, I'm gonna wear Sauvage Elixir. I am going to wear Sauvage Elixir, man. And I said that as a joke, but people are like, no, you absolutely should. Because it's true. It will be something that no one else will really be wearing over there. Because everyone's going to try to show out with their Parfums de Marly or their Amouage. Everyone's going to be smelling niche there. So I got to make sure I wear something that Soph likes. You know what I mean? She says the Elixir is fire, see? And it's just, I've worn the Elixir all month. And literally every woman that has smelled it on me has loved it. Seriously loved it. And so have I. Bro, I'll be driving in the car like this. I'll be running my errands, right? And I'll like look over my shoulder for my blind spot. And because like, you know, I do one spray on my neck, I catch a whiff of it and I'm like, I smell sexy as hell. That's just really what it is. Thank you, Yet. You love my content. You're very, very sweet. Is Lamar Kajal too feminine? To me, I see it as a more feminine scent, but I have smelled it on a guy and it smelled fantastic. I smelled it on a couple guys, actually. It's marketed as a unisex fragrance. So the thing is, typically sweet, fruity scents are associated as feminine, but don't let that stop you. Like, literally don't let that stop you, because you will definitely be a standout in comparison with like other guys in particular, because they won't be touching that stuff, but they don't know that that juice is popping, you know? You're right about scent recall with exes. When you go the more popular frag, yeah. I actually had somebody in my comments saying that, he's like, I hate when YouTubers say that you're gonna smell like your crush's dad or someone's ex when wearing Sauvage. It's such bullshit. It's not true. He was very passionate, and of course, let the passion ride, man, you know? But, because, you know, in his experience, he has not had that happen to him. And I'm like, that is so good for you if that hasn't happened. But it's happened to so many people that for me to not disclose that potential might piss someone off. And that has happened with people that have worn Aventus and Sauvage. More of Sauvage, definitely. But it does blow, all right? It will blow if you... This was another guy that commented. He said that he bought Sauvage because he heard about it online and stuff like that. He saw my videos on it about just like the hesitation to get it, but he's like, no, fuck it, I'm gonna get it. He got it. He went clubbing that night and he literally smelled it, I think, on 8 guys. And he said he was so like, he said embarrassed, but also pissed off because he's like, oh my God, like every single time he would smell it on another guy passing by, he's like, I feel so basic. Those are his words, right? And he's like, I wish I could return this fragrance because, again, like, yes, smelling good, total thumbs up, right? But it's also more of a thumbs up if you smell fantastic and nobody else smells like you in that room. So that's just the downside with Sauvage. But again, I'm not going to hate on that scent because I freaking love the Elixir. Okay. Lamar's your fave? Oh, yeah, it's so good. 4 people at my job have Sauvage. Yeah, no, I can think of 3 people I know in person that rock the EDP or the EDT. So, and then here I am with the Elixir, so you gotta wear what you want to wear, you know? What's your fave new fragrance from 2023? It's the Elixir. No, I don't know if the Elixir came out this year or was it last year. My fave release of 2023 is Aqua Oud. That one is such a banger, dude. It's so, so good. Thank you, Jay. And Texas Sauvage smells like a sweaty uncle. I would assume that the heat there is on a different level. And Sauvage it's a pretty versatile scent. But, you know, when it's really hot, I would still recommend going for something even fresher. Yo, thanks for the tip. What's the question? I'm out, Melissa. If you think of anything that smells like glazed pecans, please make a short. Would definitely like a fragrance like that. You got it. Thanks for the tip, bro. I will. If I come across anything, you bet. All right. Do you recommend Baccarat Rouge on men? If you like sweet cotton candy-ish fragrances, absolutely. It's a unisex scent. It is labeled as a unisex fragrance. Not that labeling should stop you, but there is, I think what also made Baccarat Rouge more appealing for men to try is when they found out like NBA players and rappers were wearing Baccarat Rouge. I think there was a video of like a news reporter, like I don't know which NBA player it was, but he walked past, and even a boxer, right? And like they're like, oh man, you smell so good. Like, what is that? and it was Baccarat Rouge, you know. And then so more guys are like, oh, dude, what is this? I want to smell good. I want something that's gonna get people complimenting me like that. So I'm telling you, these sweet scents that y'all think are feminine, if that's what's stopping you all the time from smelling good, y'all are going to be late to the game, all right? But if you are someone that's confident enough to try to rock these things that are just a little bit out of your comfort zone, you're going to realize that you are going to be on a whole nother level. Promise you that, all right? Haven't worn Elixir in a while. We'll do this weekend. Actually, Elliot, you shouldn't. Nobody should wear the Elixir except me. You think that the Clone Assad is better than Elixir. If I try it, I will let you know. Please review Baldy Afrique. And thank you for the tip, by the way. I will keep that in mind. I made a video on Baldy Afrique last year. Didn't like it. The fragrance, it smelled kind of sweaty to me. But when I went to this hotel, they had like the body wash and the shampoo, and it smelled way better. So, you know, I'm totally down to do that. GQ made Baccarat Rouge famous. I don't know if it, maybe, but I think that Baccarat Rouge for a while now has been very popular with women. Like when women go to Nordstrom and they're like, what is this $500 fragrance? And they smell it, they're like, oh my God. And it popped off on TikTok. Really, like, it really popped off on TikTok a lot. So, yeah, the ladies have been on that. They have been on it. All right. Wear Precious Liquid Salt and Pepper to Scent Explore. Should I? Oh, damn, that's a good one too. I love that. I don't think it's gonna last as long as Elixir though, because we're going at it's gonna be cold in New York. But if someone is wearing Salt and Pepper and I smell it on them, I'll be like, bro, you smell so good. Salt and Pepper is a banger for sure. All right, Lectimus Trojan. Oh, Trajan. Sounds better than 540. Okay, cool. Bubble bath or lazy Sunday morning? Oh, lazy Sunday morning, 1000%. Can you review carved oud? I would love to. I actually smelled carved oud for the very first time at Scent Explore last year, and I was really impressed with it because it does smell very similar to oud wood. And you know who made oud wood? Richard Herpen, who is the owner and the perfumer of Precious Liquid. And what's crazy is before oud wood, I could give two shits about oud and fragrances. I was like, I don't know how people like this. I think people are just saying they like it because they want to be different, right? But when I tried that, maybe it's because it's like, you know, a designer fragrance, so it has to be pretty likable. I was blown away. And then I tried Oud Symphony and I'm like, oh, damn, this is a good fragrance. And then Aqua Oud. So that guy, if the oud is made by Richard Herpen, I'm probably going to love it. If it's made from somebody else, it's hard pressed for me to really, really enjoy it. Okay, and again, carved oud is literally, it was definitely inspired by oud wood. It's just a longer lasting version of it. Have I reviewed Oud for Greatness? I don't think so. I'm gonna buy it right now. You're the boss. Sweet, I got you, man. Hi, Soph. Some ouds are very barnyard smelling and repulsive. Let's be real. I agree. That's the reason why they kind of put me off. It really depends on what else it's blended with. So I know that with a lot of Arabic fragrances, it's very present. Even in a scent like Haultain, right? They have found ways to incorporate oud to be, they put it with really likable smells, and then the longevity of the oud helps push the fragrance out. So of course now you have a likable scent that's long lasting. It's like a match made in heaven, and it has a little bit of that unique element to it, right? But if it's a straight up oud fragrance, I typically do not really rock with it. I regret not getting a salt and pepper tester from Scent Split. Oh, it's all good. You can always get another one somewhere else. You bought Ombre Nuit because of me gatekeeping it for life. I love that. I recently sold my bottle of carved oud. I rarely wore it. I wore oud wood instead. Oud wood is just like, it's the OG. You can't mess with the OG, you know? Let's see. Best intimate fragrance in my opinion. That I wear? That I've worn? First one that came to mind, of course, was La Nuit de l'Homme. It was like literally the love of my life. And it's what started my whole fragrance journey. I'm gonna make a video after this about my fragrance journey. I know I probably made one like a month or so ago, but I'll just get a lot of like newer subscribers that are curious about this stuff, and it's like nothing wrong with sharing that, you know? Would you say salt and pepper is a safe blind buy? Here is my has been my answer to that question. Salt and pepper is definitely a blind buy if you're somebody that is like if you are around women. Like if you go out and you want a fragrance that women are going to go nuts over, you get salt and pepper. It's just going to be an absolute no-brainer. Now, let's say you're a guy that's surrounded by other guys a lot. No one will probably care for it as much, right? But you wear that thing around women, it is just like, it's a weak in the knees type of scent. The amount of reactions that I was getting in such a small span of time with wearing salt and pepper, as literally there are far and few fragrances that come close to those reactions within that short period of time. I would say salt and pepper. Elysium was more of the long game. Like, yes, I get compliments on it, but if I'm talking sexual reactions, salt and pepper is probably the number one of any fragrance that I've had. And I'm not just talking about women that know me, I'm talking about strangers in passing that smell me. And typically, we all know how it is, right? Usually, strangers won't really come up to you to compliment you on your fragrance, especially if they're sober, right? But I was getting followed in Costco, bro, at like 1 p.m. You know what I mean? Like when people are like rushing and they're shopping, and the fact that women have come up to me in grocery stores to tell me that I smell good. And then of course, during like parties and stuff, that is typically where it's more suited to compliment someone on that. But if people are running their daily errands and they stop you in their tracks because you smell sexy, that means it hits different. So that is why I say that salt and pepper is worth that sort of blind buy. Now, of course, price is always a big thing for a lot of people. I do have a discount code for it, and you don't have to use it. I always feel like I have to disclose that. Of course, like if you want to support the channel and use the code, get $40 off. It is the cheapest way you can get the fragrance, but if you don't and you want to just get it from Max Aroma or something, or if you have a shop that has it, do what you will with it. But that thing it has to be. I'm not certain of this, but it has to be the number one precious liquid scent. It just like, I would be shocked if it wasn't. All right, so if I could choose one Dior fragrance, Elixir, Amber Nui, what are you choosing? Elixir, bro. I'm choosing Elixir. Salt and pepper feels like a niche Dior Sauvage, but its own unique scent. You know what? Maybe it's because it's a peppery fragrance with ambroxan, right? That pushes out. But I don't think it smells like Sauvage. You know, I don't get that correlation with it, besides the fact that it's just a likable blue fragrance. But there's so many of those scents that have come to light, like YSL's YEDP, right? So to me, I don't get that. I think it definitely has the likability of Sauvage, but I don't think the smell itself is very similar to Sauvage. I hope that makes sense. According to Fragrantica, salt and pepper smells like the Parfum version. Oh, I haven't smelled the Sauvage Parfum. But I will say, y'all, like, notes aren't... Like, when you're comparing notes, to me, I don't find it to be an accurate read. There's been a lot of times that I've looked at note breakdowns of things, but the fragrances smell nothing alike. Like, for example, Layton and Versace Eros, they're both like appley vanilla fragrances. But I don't think you get one and you're like, oh, wow, this is Layton, but it's actually Eros. I think the composition is just so different. The way they mix it up is so different. That's why I don't rely on Fragrantica for saying that, okay, these two are going to smell similar because they have similar notes. It's just, that's not always going to be the case. Best green fragrance. I don't really like green scents. Yeah, there's not really a scent I like. Too, I only like oud if there's a hint in the background. I don't like strong ouds. I agree with you, Soph. I absolutely agree with you. Hold on, let me scroll up. Okay, Lanui for intimacy. Nice, nice. So many girls wear Sol de Janeiro perfume. Oh, okay, including you. Doesn't stop us from all smelling the same. Literally, Clarissa, Sol de Janeiro is so sexy. Like, it really is. So I would never be someone that tells you not to wear that, because I get it, right? Like, it's, when I smell that, like even the cream, it's like mouth-wateringly attractive. So wear it to your heart's content, all right? My current fave is totally not the Elixir. It's not the Elixir. My fave niche, I'm gonna go with Aqua Oud right now. Even though, yes, I use Elysium, but like, it's just Aqua Oud has that like, the oud in it is just, it's small, but it's there, and it pushes that scent out. It's a less is more fragrance, and I love that. I love just doing 1 or 2 sprays of it. You know what I mean? Okay, let's see. Do you have any plans to do collab vids with any other fragrance reviewers when you're in New York? There is one that has asked me that I probably will do. And I will keep that a secret until it happens. But she's absolutely popping off on Instagram. And she's absolutely gorgeous. I'm sure y'all know who she is. You can guess in the comment section if you want to. But I see her on Instagram, and she's killing the game. She's killing the game. Okay. Haven't tried Victory Elixir yet. Burlington 1819 is a pass for me. I think it's still a decent fragrance, but I wouldn't wear it. Melissa, I want to make La Nuit de l'Homme as my signature scent for 7 hours plus, but can't project enough. You know any clones? Oh man, I don't know any clones of La Nuit de l'Homme, but I will tell you this, Flaco. Like, overspray that shit. Like, if you want La Nuit de l'Homme to last, I don't know if you've seen the video. I probably have to repost it on my channel. I stepped out with 17 sprays of that thing. And people that have never smelled La Nuit de l'Homme, that just randomly came across that YouTube short, were like, you're crazy, 17 sprays, that's nuts. I'm like, trust me, it's not. That thing had me going all night, people were loving that thing. And it never choked me out, it never choked them out. And the people that know that that thing's weak, all right? So, you don't like super strong oud. Not a super strong oud. Oh, okay. Masculine on your skin. Can I get away with wearing Sweet Tonka as a guy? I don't see why not. Fluidity Silver lasts longer than Lazy Sunday Morning, but I like the intimacy of Lazy Sunday Morning better. Do I recommend any citrus fragrances? Oh, I love Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Intense. I love Elysium. You know, love those type of fragrances. Afternoon Swim. That's right. Damn, Elliot. How did you know that? Yeah, she's freaking killing it, bro. I hope that we can. That'd be great to make a video with her, because I've never done a collaboration video before. And it's interesting because y'all have seen my video making process. I literally like freaking click the button, and in my previous videos, before I started shooting on my back camera, dude, you see me like start and stop my videos like that. I'm very simple with it. There is no editing when it comes to my YouTube videos, because that's going to take too long. And I don't see the issue with y'all seeing me mess up and stutter and think. You know, there will be times where I'm pondering for like a few seconds. And I feel like a lot of people would want to take that out. But for me, it's like, let them see my whole process. You know, let me like, so you can kind of see when the wheels are turning, you know? Oof. I don't really care about like it. When it comes to guys about like, oh, I would prefer if a guy wore this. I prefer fresh fragrances, period. Like, I gave my dad Percival. He smells fantastic, bro. My cousin's boyfriend, he straight up bought a bottle of Blue Agave from me when he was drunk. Because he's like, I put him onto YEDP by YSL. And he's like, oh, it smells good, but it's just basic now, you know? Like, I don't want to smell that basic. So it was Christmas time. I was here with him and my cousin. And, like, we came. He was smelling fragrances here. I was like, oh, bro, you got to try this one. It was Blue Agave. And he instantly smells it. And he, like, takes out his wallet, gives me a wad of cash. And I'm like, you know what? If this is how we're going to roll, I love it. So he's been just absolutely killing it in that fragrance. So I would say Freshies for sure. I would love to try Tigar. Cool Water by David Off. A lot of people, I guess, don't know that there's a feminine version of it, because I only thought it was a fragrance for women, because I got the women's version when I was 13. My grandma wears the women's version. But I guess there's a men's too. It's a good cheapie. It's a really good cheapie. I don't know. And you know what? I know that answer might have not been helpful, Adam. But like, if I prefer how like a guy smells, but it's the same way that like, if a guy were to come up to you, or if anyone were to come up to you, Adam, and be like, "Hey, Adam, what do you prefer to smell in a man? Do you want it to be dark and boozy?" You'd be like, "I don't give a fuck what a man wears," you know, because you're not really into men. That's kind of how I feel about it. It's like, you wear what you like. Because I'm sure if a guy was coming up to you and was like, "Yeah, what do you want to smell in a guy?" You'd be like, "I don't care. I don't care." So you get me. You get me. Is Ashafat good for a 19-year-old? It can be. I mean, it really doesn't scream teenager fragrance to me. But if you want to, go for it. It is a long-lasting, fresh fragrance. Soph gets me. You get me. See? Beware of the oak moss dry down, because people tend to not really like the oak moss dry down, but the only people that have complained about that have been guys in my messages. Whenever I've worn that around women, they love it. Even guys, when I would wear it around them, they still loved it. But the only negativity I hear from it has come from guys that don't like the dry down. So take that as you will. Hi to both of you. How's it going? Am I keeping it real, Soph? Which would you get first, Rejoice or... I would actually want to get Carved Oud first. I have a bottle of Rejoice. I don't use it though. Like, it's one of those things that I'm very fortunate that I have a bottle of it to make and show y'all in videos, but it's not a fragrance I typically wear. I haven't been able to try the new Beyonce perfume. Ooh, neither have I. I've not tried it. I'm just trying to get like you at the end of the day, so that's what I'm trying to do. Okay, you're trying to sell your bottle of Hachibat. What did I say? What did I say? It's an oak moss plum. See, a guy again not liking that. That's just how it's been. I swear, I am just on top of it. I am on top of it. Let's see. Let's say we're the sexiest PDM frag to women. Say I wear a suit. Leighton, of course, is gonna be a top contender, but Percival is a great versatile scent. Absolutely. I think that in the fragrance community, Percival isn't as hailed as Leighton, because Leighton, you know, it's a masculine scent that has sweetness, and that is unique, right? Whereas Percival is kind of like your everyday fragrance that is nothing new, right? It's not a game changer. But if you step out in Percival, you will get compliments on that scent. Like, it's really, really good. What do you think about Arabian Night? I have tried that, I think. It was good. I remember it being good, but I only tested it that once. Who's your favorite YouTube fragrance reviewer? Me. And honestly, I really don't watch fragrance reviewers. If I see someone's video, it's typically mine. So I'm gonna throw myself in the ring for that. I will be my answer. What is your opinion on the Tafa? I have not tried that yet. Chanel, Bleu de Chanel, yeah, you can get Bleu de Chanel. That's a good versatile scent, very popular as well. People tend to love it. You like Pegasus? Pegasus to me smells like that Dior scent for women, Hypnotic Poison. Yeah, I get that vibe. Of course, no thank you for your time. Elsa, stop, make me blush. Can you tell? You see the blush? Sold my... Yeah, okay, if you're gonna go for Pegasus, yeah, go for the exclusive. That's a really good one. My favorite fragrance reviewer is Melissa Nash. Oh, same. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really hope that I'll see some of y'all at Scent Explorer. I really hope that I do, because y'all are so fun. Like, people always ask me, like, in person, they're like, what are you looking forward to the most for New York? And it's literally seeing y'all. I know there's going to be a lot of brands and stuff, and people talk networking, but I'm really, like, excited to see people that follow me there, because that's just mind-blowing to me. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's always a business aspect of things, but it's like you got to remember like the people that propelled you there in the first place, right? So that's what I'm most excited about. Yeah, you should, Soph. You should come. Fave Creed fragrance, Still Silver Mountain Water. Yeah. Honestly, I do love Aventus for her. Right now, I'm actually gonna go with Green Irish Tweed because it's not. It's just a comforting scent, you know. Wait, where in NYC? I'm across the river. Okay, you're part of Staten Island. Is that what I'm getting? I think it's gonna be in Manhattan. I think it's like a. You do have to get tickets for it though. I have a video on it. Um, there's a link for the tickets in case you want to take a look at it or just go on their website. Um, but it's gonna be fun. It last year was a lot of fun, and apparently this year it's even bigger than it was last year, which is crazy for me to think about. Okay, Royal. You like Royal Oud? Nice. For me, Royal Oud. I can't. Oh, in Jersey. In Jersey. All right, nothing wrong with that. We love Jersey. Love your content. Greetings from the Netherlands. Oh my gosh, thank you for watching. I love Vintage by Barbados. Yes. The opening reminds you of Fa? Damn, that's crazy. Now I gotta resmell that scent because Vintage was actually the one that stood out to me the most. So, you're in London. Okay, you have family in NYC, but you're in ATL. Dang, have you guys been hearing about, I mean, it popped off like a couple weeks ago about the restaurant game in ATL with like Keith Lee going there and absolutely being, kind of ousting the customer service in Atlanta with that. I just thought that whole spiel was just crazy to me. You saw that, right? Okay. I'm like, what? There's so many rules for this stuff? Like, people don't treat their customers with respect? And, like, this guy, like, people were hating on this reviewer, this food critic. But he was very professional, very, like, well-spoken. He was not, like, dogging on these people. He was literally just being, like, honest about, hey, like, they wanted to seat me, but they didn't want to seat people that were waiting 3 hours. I was like, that's crazy. Okay, I have not heard about the release of Oud Wood EDP. I have not. You're gonna do New York tourist stuff like eat pizza? Yes, but for me, Chinese food, dude. Chinese food in New York hits different. I like the pizza, yeah, but it's like bagels, Chinese food. And also, real quick, I forgot to mention this. You remember that fragrance that I talked about like a couple months ago that was unreleased? It's called Iris Sorbet by Precious Liquid that I was going nuts about. It just dropped yesterday on their website. If you guys want to try it or get a sample of it, if you do want to use my referral with my code, you can. And that'd be much appreciated so they know where that came from, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to. Code is still Melissa40 for $40 off or Melissa20 for 20% off, whatever you want to do. But yeah, that one, especially for this, like the cold weather, that's a good one. I think that one was my favorite cold weather one, and the other release, or the other new one that hasn't been released yet, it's like Juniper Oud or something, I wasn't the biggest fan of, but Iris Sorbet I was rocking with. So, give that a shot. It has the best wings. I would have to try. Jersey has the best pizza. Okay. It's different. I'm telling you, dude. New York Chinese food is... And it's a good price. You know what I mean? Like, I can get my spicy wontons for a good price. Say less, you know? Okay, I was looking for the scent you said that you loved when you went last year. Oud. Oh! Oud Symphony. That's a banger. For sure. That, like, I would say my favorite Precious Liquid scents have to be... there's a lot that I like, but Salt and Pepper, Rose Blanche, Mandarin, Blue Agave, Turquoise Water is still really good. Iris Sorbet. Oud Symphony too, but like I would prefer that on somebody else. There are other ones like Amber Suede, Royal Tobacco, or something like Tobacco Royale. Not really the biggest fan of those ones, but the ones I just mentioned, so fire, so fire. Mandarin, I'm telling you, dude, Mandarin is slept on. It really is. I got a secret fragrance that bangs that no one knows about. Love that. Okay, it's different. You want the food vlog? Food vlog. I'd be down. Hell yeah, I'd be down. Okay. But yeah, Iris Sorbet is out. If you want to be one of the first people to get your hands on it, go for it. Let me know what you think. I'll probably do like a full review of that fragrance because I had to like not do a full review because I don't want to talk about it and people are like, where can I get it? And I'm like, well, it's not released yet because I'd feel like a douchebag, you know, but I wanted to like show y'all my authentic reaction to trying them for the first time. So, it's good. Can't wait to try Iris Sorbet. Oh, Samantha, it's like a, what's, you know, those, there, it is kind of gourmand-ish, but dang, I'm slipping my description of it. I have to retest it again. But I was like, oh, this would smell so good on a girl. Like, so good. Yeah, I want a bottle of Mandarin and Rose Blanche. Yeah, Rose Blanche is like a fresh out the shower, rosy fragrance that's just, it's, like, and you know how attractive that is, right? Like, we all have seen that, like, whether you've seen it with your one night stand hookup or in your relationships, when that person comes out of the shower, they're still a little bit like damp, and then they spray on something like Rose Blanche. It's like, oh my God, come here. It smells good. Aqua Oud is great too. Aqua Oud is my fave, bro. That's my fave. Oh, Angel Share. I haven't smelled Stefan Umber Lucas yet either. I'm down to. I am down. Da, na, 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 na. I have mentioned Tuxedo in this life. Early on, I mentioned it a few times. It's so funny because I talk about that fragrance a lot, and I try to make recent videos saying that, hey guys, I really don't like it as much as I did before. But people still think that's my favorite scent of all time. I'm like, I've made like at least 20 videos now saying that it's not. But, you know, not everyone's going to watch everything. So I get it. I made a lot of videos previously gushing about that scent. But, no, it's not. I don't really like wearing it, to be honest. Okay. Which bottles look cool? Oh, coffee's done. No, I haven't tried anything from Merchant of Venice. Last questions before I actually probably try to pop off on TikTok Live. Say what's up on TikTok Live. And if you guys want to go to TikTok and see what's up with that, much appreciated. Or honestly, y'all DM me on Instagram because I get a lot of comments and people just, even they want to send me stuff. And I'm like, the only way for me to give you that, my P.O. box is through Instagram. So please, please go over to my Instagram. Send me a message. Comment on my stuff. Let's get that community going. I feel like Instagram is my more intimate platform because it's a lot smaller than everything else. And it's just so easy to chat with everybody. And also with my stories, it's very interactive and I love it. I'm down to try that. Argos. Looks like a very interesting collection. Cool. God of Fire. That's locked into the brain right here. All right, y'all. Well, it's about that time. Gonna hop over to TikTok Live and throw in a spray of elixir because it's so sexy. All right? Okay. See y'all soon. No, thank you. Thank y'all. I love y'all a lot. All right? Take care.